For the second part of this opening ceremony, we have a series of more thematic presentations. Our first speaker is Professor Nora Lombardini. She is the spokeswoman for the Italian network of UNESCO-Chairs, Dialogues of Italian UNESCO-Chairs, and a laboratory of ideas for the world to come. Please.
Now I would like to show you a video. Now, of course, thank you so much for this invitation, and I would like to bring best regards from my UNESCO chair that is in Mantua, and but especially behalf of the network of the 37 UNESCO chairs, Italian UNESCO chairs. Now what we have, we are going to show is the endorsement by our government to our declaration. After I can explain a little bit about it.
I wish to endorse the declaration of the Italian UNESCO Chairs for Sustainable Development, as it represents really the first example in the world of concrete cooperation, collaboration among all UNESCO chairs at country level.
Declaration on Sustainability is putting at the center of this huge process to regenerate the globe.
The declaration is the result of the project Dialogues of the UNESCO Chairs, a laboratory of ideas for the world to come.
The idea that we have to work on education to generate a new development. The idea, the extremely important concept, that we have to invest on educators and we have to invest on our teachers. Education as a structure and education as a content to generate a new culture of education, new culture of development, a new culture of sustainability.
The pandemic is a clear example of the need to create a community of knowledge and helping everybody tackling the major threats that human life has on the planet. In the last 2 years, the Italian National Commission has been strongly engaged in stimulating discussion on education and research policies. We have given a special emphasis on this. We have established 2 high-level working groups of distinguished university professors and scientific researchers to outline the measures that are necessary for improving, on the one hand, the secondary school, higher education, and on the other hand, scientific research in Italy. And this work has been presented to the Italian Prime Minister as a contribution to the Italian Recovery Plan, which was approved by the European Union.
Following this true transdisciplinary approach methodology, the Italian chairs actually have initiated a new path to operate as a kind of community of knowledge. Within this framework, the environmental challenge and the future of the planet are the horizon to look at.
For defining a new approach to development.
In our times, we face environmental, social, and economic challenge deeply interconnected and therefore extremely complex. This complexity requires more scientific research and better higher education worldwide. The Declaration on Sustainability of the Italian UNESCO chairs consider education a common good and calls for addressing complexity through the interaction of multiple perspectives.
Years ago, it was not a network, it was a dispersed organization where each one had his own program, research program, but there was not the synergy that comes with the collaboration of all these very brilliant people that form the network of the Italian UNESCO chairs. This is why I'm very pleased that this forum is the occasion to present their declaration on sustainability, which is the result of a long series of public meetings which has been organized by the chairs during 2021 and that has been presented to the government recently. The declaration considers education as a common good and calls for addressing complexity through the interaction of multiple perspectives to be achieved implementing a transdisciplinary and transnational approach.
This approach is also in line with the direction given by UNESCO's report Reimagining Our Futures Together, a New Social Contract for Education, just released last year at the General Conference. It's about the transforming power of education, while education is about transforming and reorganizing knowledge production, sharing and transmission.
Mi auguro che questi incontri e l'impegno delle cattedre UNESCO possa aiutare tutti noi ad avvicinarsi sempre di più alla nuova visione di un mondo più equo, più sostenibile e pacifico. Ma proprio in questo momento di crisi e di instabilità grave è giusto rafforzare il nostro impegno nel garantire libertà ed equità.
An approach putting the people in the center, putting our young people at the center, and putting also the research and the capacity to work together at the center.
Thank you very much for your attention. So what I would like, I spent a few words, in order to say that we started our collaboration, I mean the collaboration of 37 UNESCO-Chairs, Italian UNESCO-Chairs, in order to compare our experience, but with the focus on the goals of the Agenda 2030. In this activity was supported and was pushed by our government, especially by Professor Mrs. Stefania Giannini, and the Italian UNESCO Commission, because they want to understand at which level was the UNESCO chairs, Italian UNESCO chairs, the research, the activity, the dissemination, and I have to say, their role in the education, in order to approach in a good way and in order to find the collaboration with the government about these very important and topics questions. So research, education and dissemination are the core of our collaboration. Now, we were speaking about the Agenda 2030, and we are speaking also. But now our focus is also on the social contract on education. Now we are speaking about education. We are not really speaking, and I would like to underline this, about training, teaching. Why education? Education means that we have to teach. We are in university. We have to develop our research. But we have to improve the education, because the future is based on education. We were speaking before about the war between Russia and Ukraine, but now in our universities we have students coming from Russia and Ukraine. And in which way we have to approach their problems, because they have these problems. So we have to base our activity in education. And our declaration, that is also based on the Declaration of Vienna by Professor Ben Verlen. So it was in this moment, it is only a step, a conclusion of this activity, as I told you, started in March 2020. We developed it during the lockdown, and we arranged several, but more or less 37 webinars, when the different UNESCO chairs with guests, Italian guests, foreign guests, linked the topics of the Agenda 2030. Now we are arranging new webinars under the umbrella of the social contract on education, the program that was launched in the last November at the General Conference at Paris. And this is our new challenge and our new aims. What we want to underline, and I am closing, is I was speaking about education, and now I want also to speak about transdisciplinary. In the training and in the research, in this moment, the teaching, we have to speak more than transdisciplinary than interdisciplinary. Interdisciplinary can mean that we can sum a lot of skills. Transdisciplinary means that we have to mix our skills. Perhaps we have to find new skills in order to educate the new generation. Thank you so much for your attention and for your invitation.